Hello, hello. Hi, fellow traders, Jedi traders, would-be traders, anybody who wants to be a trader. Hi, guys. Um, I want to go through a couple of trades that I got in Thursday night into Friday. I was trading the YM. I kind of like the YM. It's a pretty technical instrument. It respects a lot of levels and things. So I like to trade it. So this is a trade that I got in on Thursday evening. You can see a support level down here. I did not get in when it bounced up over the support level. Thank goodness I didn't do that one, but and there's a reason for that, but that's okay. We'll get into that. We'll get into that in a later video maybe. So what happens is I got in. Should have got on that pullback right there because it's obviously going to go back up. It violated the stall weak reversal line. When it does that, it'll usually pull back to support line right there to the support MML support level, which it did, and then it took off to the upside. I was at dinner at the time, so I didn't catch that move right there, but I did. I figured, I'm going to jump in this and see if it'll go up to resistance. So you'll see, right? I got in late. I got in on that pullback, the second pullback. There's the first pullback, second pullback right there. I got in on, that was at 8 o'clock. I was at dinner at the time and came back and saw that, so I figured I'd jump on it. So wrote it up, and I'll show you where it took all stinking night to get up here. So yeah, it is what it is. So at 9:19 right there, I got out, and the reason why I got out at 9:19 was a couple of reasons. Number one, let me show you what was going on at 9:19. Let's see. There's 9:30. There's the 9:30 open. It's starting to pull back, and people were thinking, well, this is the NQ. The NQ is going to go back up. The market tends to get volatile at cash market open. Kind of jumps around a little bit as all of the orders that have been put in overnight start processing to execute at a particular time. I want to execute these orders at market open. People are getting out of positions that held them all night long, so the market will tend to jump around. On a Friday, sometimes not. The YM, this was at 9:19. Started to pull back. I got out because I didn't want to get caught in that volatility junk down here. The pullbacks, all this kind of stuff, low volume node down here. Didn't want to do that, but so I got out. I figured, I made my $500 for the day. I'm done. So the market pulled back, and you can see it almost pull back to the low volume node. Not quite. There's a stop right there. Not quite. But this is basically the YM doing this number. At the same time, the NQ starts doing this number. A big, here's your sell-off, 9:30. Okay, there's 9:30 open. There's 15, 16 seconds into the 9:30 open. The NQ just tanked, and people were just grabbing that NQ short, And I'm sitting here staring at this YM going, there's nothing going on here, buddy. And this was until 9:50. At 9:47, 9:50 area, you can see the YM still hadn't done anything. It's starting to push up a little bit. It's violated that resistance just a little bit. I'm thinking, well, maybe it's gonna come down a little bit since it's violated that resistance. Goes up, hits that low volume node. There's your low volume node right there, and you can see that. Pushes up, it violates it, and then what's it do? There's another, you can see it there. There's another low volume node that formed right there. It touched that low volume node and then starts coming down. At that particular point, violates resistance again. I'm thinking, oh, they're going to sell it off just like they're selling off the NQ, right? Well, they started to. I got into the short, came back down to the pivot. As you can see that, here's the issue. There's a low volume node right there that formed down here that formed at almost 10 o'clock. low volume node there, low volume node right here, which didn't go away. Okay, so what do? Oh, it's below resistance. I'll just get into the short. And this is why you can't just rely on one thing. You have to look at the market as a whole and say what's really going on with the market. Is it really biased? Is the market, is this exhausted or not? Well, there's a low volume node there, low volume node there. I didn't see that. I wasn't paying any attention to it, and Mother Market spanked me for it. Got into the short, and I got into the short late right there. Should have gotten in at 24,609, and I didn't. I should have set my stop right up here, like 29.30, 29 ticks up. So I did, and it's going short. It's going short. It hits that pivot right there at the pivot. Low volume node right there. What's it do? Bounce off. Markets tend to go not only from support to resistance and resistance to support, but they also tend to gravitate between high volume nodes and low volume nodes. These low volume nodes tend to act as magnets for the market. So, and you'll see that if you have one of these volume charts, one of these volume studies on your charts. I know they have them in Ninja. I know they have them other places. When they tend to do that, you will see it. You'll see the market hit that low volume node, then bounce off. Sometimes it'll push through them, like right there. It pushed through it. Oh, low volume node disappeared. Okay, so we're going to keep going up. What happened? And you'll see this here in a second. I took up my stop. 44 ticks right there. So I put it up to the top of resistance, thinking it's not going to do that. Well, guess what? I get spanked by Mother Market. Why? Because that low volume node is still sitting up there. It's still drawing the market. It's like a magnet. The magnet's number one. Number two, it came back. The market pulled back here, but it hadn't pulled back after cash market open. It hadn't pulled back at 89. So we're still biased upside. The market usually will come back and violate that 89 or touch the 89, violate just a little bit, at least once, before it'll come back down. So you're looking at that guy. So I got taken out there. It hits that low volume node. You can see that right there. Almost hits my target high, not within a couple of ticks of the target high. The target high was 24,665, and that day's high was 24,664. So it was one tick shy of that target high. So bias is still long. I was stupid. Mother Market spanked me for it. So I got taken out. There's another short. What happened? So I thought, I'll just take that. I take that early short. Not paying attention. Here's still your low volume node sitting up there and hadn't disappeared yet. Value area high is up there also. I was thinking, well, it's just going to come back and sell off to that value area low. Well, guess what? It didn't do it. Took out my stop again for 30 more ticks. Okay, I'm done. I'm obviously not reading the market right, and I didn't. It didn't come back and pull back and hit that 89. Gotta read the market in context. So finally, it came back down. Okay, violated the 89. Now, and then here's the end of the day. I was done at this particular point. Now, here's a good space to go. See that 89 EMA flattens out there. It's starting to flatten out. It went negative right there. You can see the red. It's starting to flatten out. So if it pops back up, here's VWAP. If it pops back up and grabs VWAP or hits that resistance level right there, 24,609, that would be a good place, because the market's telling you now, market's preparing to go short. See that little flat spot on 89? The 89 EMA is starting to flatten out. We've bounced off this thing. It didn't go back up nearly as high as it did before. You can see the market's making higher highs and higher lows right there, right there. Now we got to pull back here. It made a higher high there. It pulled back there. It made a lower high there, which indicates indicates the possibility of a reversal. We're in that resistance zone right there. All of my moving averages starting to turn down. Okay, I got my 34 EMA, I got my 13 EMA, everything's turned down. My 89 EMA is flattening out, indicating a reversal point there. So it should bounce off right there, come back up to right around that resistance Sunday night. into Monday, and then here we go. There would be a good opportunity for a short right there, and that's how I'm seeing the market. Low volume node right there. It'll probably come up, hit that low volume node. It's also at the 61.8% fib point from the midnight open. Yes, I'm on the midnight chart from the midnight open on Friday. So it'll probably come up right in this area here and then go short, and then I'll be looking at getting out at 24,453. I would typically trade two contracts. Number one, get out at my major support resistance line right there, which is 24,531. Excuse me, 24,531, and then let it ride down to 24,453. So that's why I think it's going to go down, or it's going to do on Sunday. And hopefully I'll be back next week. I want to review that to see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Anyway, like I said, I just wanted to show you my mistake. I went short there. Number one, it was late. Number two, I still had these low volume nodes sitting back up here, which the market tends to gravitate to. So it pulled it like a magnet. Here we go. Low volume node, bounced off the low volume node again. Took the short there, came back up. You can see where that value area high, it keeps bouncing off that value area high right up here. So it's just, you know, not seeing those low volume nodes up here. And you see right here, you see where that low volume node, there's a low volume node right there. See where it came back up, took me out, then and then the low volume node disappears. So, okay, we're not going long anymore. There's another indication. We're not going long anymore. That low volume node disappeared. So, guess what happens? What happens? Starts selling off, and it comes back down, bounces up. Just up here, they couldn't. No more buyers up here. These are probably profit takers. They took profits. Now we're going to go short. So, that's my read of the market, and we will see you guys hopefully on Sunday evening, maybe sometime Monday, and we'll see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. See y'all. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you.